Well, welcome back. We have another segment of Ask the Trooper with Trooper Ryan Davis. Thank you again for joining us. And today we are talking about the do's and don'ts when it comes to roundabouts.
Yeah, so roundabouts, they're coming more and more common. We have them a lot of times now. So explain to us, because sometimes they can be kind of confusing or intimidating. So exactly what should people know?
Right, so I'm aware we have, I believe, 5 roundabouts already in Washita Parish, 4 in West Monroe, 1 in Monroe, and I may even be missing one. But some of the common things I'm seeing when people are approaching roundabouts, the person that's operating their vehicle in the roundabout has the right of way. So a lot of time I'm seeing them stop for traffic that are waiting to enter the roundabout, which creates a bottleneck and confusion and potentially can lead to crashes. Another thing that I'm commonly seeing, especially the ones on Arkansas Road, if you'll notice, inside the roundabout has lane marking paintings as well. And for the majority of the roundabout, you cannot switch lanes. They have a solid white line. So I see a lot of vehicles, once they're in the roundabout, perhaps they didn't plan ahead knowing which way they were going to go to be in the appropriate lane. But once they enter that roundabout, they're switching lanes, which creates a hazard.
Yeah, definitely. I know the yielding to come in gets a lot of people, and then when you're inside, you see somebody not yielding, you feel like you need to stop, and then it just creates a lot of issue. Definitely, yeah.
So just kind of, we always have a saying in law enforcement: keep your head on a swivel. Well, roundabouts apply to that.
Definitely. Because
you have to anticipate what the other vehicles are going to do. Maybe they aren't aware of the rules, which is why we're covering them. If you're entering the roundabout, you always yield to those that are already in the roundabout, and if you're in the roundabout, just assume that they're not going to yield. So put yourself in the best situation to avoid a crash.
Definitely, it's good to know, because like you said, we already have a bunch in Washita Parish, so which personally I think they're easier to.
I will say, I believe in the areas that they've been added, our crash statistics are indicating that we are having less crashes.
Awesome.
And less severe crashes, because when you're approaching that roundabout, you got to slow down to enter, and the speed you can maintain in that circle is lower than a straight line.
Yeah, versus a 4-way stop where
so they're working, thankfully.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. And when it comes to sometimes at traffic lights, we see blinking yellow lights and blinking red lights. So as a refresher, can you tell us what those mean and what you're supposed to do?
Blinking red light means to stop, always stop. But sometimes I've seen situations where you don't have the blinking red light on one direction and blinking yellow on the other. So anytime you're faced with a red light, exception with a solid red on the traffic light, that means you stop till it turns green. But if it's blinking, you have to stop and then proceed when it's safe to do so. If it's blinking yellow, that's just as a caution, saying, hey, you need to slow down, be aware that other vehicles may be pulling out, so just exercise caution. Don't stop at them unless you need to for safety reasons, but just proceed with caution.
Definitely. That's good to know. I feel like sometimes it gets a little confusing.
I've stopped at
blinking yellow lights.
Like, what am I doing?
Especially when there's other cars coming, so just trying to make sure. So it's always good to have a refresher on that. We want to avoid as many crashes as possible out there for sure, and learning about roundabouts and the blinking lights at traffic lights will definitely help with that for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, we thank you so much, Trooper Ryan Davis, for giving us some more tips and all that great stuff, and we'll see you after the break.